Zerg player, and he could very well be the one to start to give momentum back to Incredible Miracle.
Yeah, well, you got to think that this was the marquee matchup that we were really looking for, honestly. Yeah. So I think everyone that came here was probably dreaming that this would be the game we'd see, right?
Excited. There we go. Taeja on the left, and Nestea on the right. Be awesome, but you know, if Taeja takes out Nestea, he gets another win, it's going to take an incredible miracle for them to come back. I know, I'm sorry. This is how it is. Yep, the game is starting. Here we go, guys. And it's right. It is actually game number 5. Wow, already. And down on the left side of the map, we have our blue Terran player from Team Liquid, winning 3 games already. Can he make it 4? It is Taeja. We have our teal Zerg player all the way from Seoul, South Korea, GSL multi-time champion. It is Nestea.
Reputation behind him, one of the absolute best players in the world.
He is, and for good reason too. But we do have to keep in mind that traditionally in team leagues, Nestea has faltered from here and there. So this is a big game for him too. He hasn't really had the success in team leagues that he's enjoyed in the individual league too. So this is a big game for him as a player as well as for his team.
And this is his debut in this team league. We've seen MVP in TAC 1. We saw MC even, as a matter of fact, with the SKIM partnership in TAC 3. So I got a set for them on to the finals. So now, look at this. 11. Oh, actually, we had 11-12 racks from Taeja.
Still proxy though, and proxy to a very intelligent place too. It's not going to be seen by any of the Zelnaga towers with that extra vision range. It will be scouted, however, by an overlord over the top of the map. So Nestea will see one of them building at least, but will scout the second.
And let's see here. So we have the drone quite close enough.
So close. It's so close. Oh, he doesn't see it.
Just barely. So Taeja is going to be one of those. As you know, it's really the tower to make his way back up to this barracks.
Around the other side, too, to try to keep it a little bit more secret. Oh, but Nestea, he does see the other barracks now. He sees it with an overlord down at the bottom. He's trying to take out the SUV building with that. He didn't see it. Oh, he actually didn't see it. He doesn't know if this is going to be 2 barracks still. He thinks it's going to be just 1. And so will he be a little bit unprepared when this comes from Taeja? This is so huge right now.
You don't get enough
just going to start the bumper production very, very soon. Will Nestea know about it? Pulling a lot of drones here.
And Nestea has quite a few drones off the line. Looks like he is going to be able to chase away this bunker for now, but this is a lot of lost mining time. These Marines trying to do a little bit of damage. Almost gets this around a lot of them. Finally does capture one of those. Wow, a drone has fallen.
Yeah, that's right, but he did trade a drone for a Marine. He's lost that mining time, but he has prevented the bunkers from going down. But again, I don't feel like he's going to be ready for the amount of Marines that Taeja's going to bring with him. Servants aren't finished now. It looks like it's going to be an almost partial wall, almost full wall for Taeja. Yeah, he's got to abandon it. Nestea, totally prepared.
All right, so he's able to hold the conversation. He's going to come back. They're trying to pick up a couple of additional Zerglings, but not going to be successful. Taeja has to get out of there.
Wow, he didn't even cancel that second bunker, so a little bit of minerals being lost by Taeja early on. And Nestea, he had to make a few extra Zerglings, but he defended it quite well. He's got a spine crawler going up at home, and now he's just trying to look for a way to make those Zerglings useful. He spent the larva on them, so he wants to be able to do something with them as well. He's going to be able to harass that barracks a little bit. No, not quite able to kill that Marine.
Taeja saving that Marine there, very well done.
Yeah.
With these barracks back home. So, well, when all is said and done, Game Second Command Center coming up for Taeja, but the game has stabilized. Nestea not dead and making his way back into it. He has caught up in workers once again. We'll continue to produce this for quite a while now as he sets his economic basis for the rest of the game. The real question, though, is how is Taeja going to follow this up?
Yeah, that's the thing. If we could see a couple different looks from Taeja on this, I would imagine it's probably going to be a standard, heavy Marine tank style from him that we've enjoyed so much in his play. But there's also the option that you could do a wall up and go for mech. Although, nope, there's the faster command center immediately scouted though by Nestea. With that great overlord positioning here, Taeja attacking with a few Marines, but he sees the spine crawler and decides to go around from the other side. May decide to try to go through those destructible rocks too. But Nestea, this is so smart by Nestea. He knows the Marines are there, so he's actually going to go for a bit of a counterattack here for the moment.
And he should be able to cut some of those off if he actually gets in the right position. Finally, the SCV does see it. And, Taeja thinking about taking this opportunity to make his way up towards that spy crawler is going to exact quite a few kills on these Marines. So, Taeja going to need to be very, very careful. Nestea taking control of his outlying tower, so he knows exactly when those units are going to be making their way back. Taeja, though, going up to 4 barracks in total. So, once again, high barracks count. Many command centers just really setting up his infrastructure for the rest of the game.
Look at this though, Nestea at home getting 4 gas, and these Zerglings need to be very, very careful here. They aren't essential, but they are still valuable. He doesn't want to lose any more than he absolutely has to at this point in the game. Continuing to drone up at home, and I do like this maneuvering with the Zerglings around the map. It does a very good job of keeping Taeja from really pushing Nestea all that hard. Nestea getting his Zergling speed now. I wonder what his mid to late game is going to be. You know, despite the prevalence of infestors right now in the matchup, Nestea has always been a player to go back to that Mutiling style. He's always really liked playing with Mutilists. So we'll see if he does it. He's got very heavy gas on 2 bases, but could be infestors still as well. I like the bunker at the 3rd base.
Yeah.
A lot of Terran players doing this lately to kind of prevent that from going down any easier than it has to.
Relatively small investment, but he would be able to do quite a bit of damage if anything is sent over there a little bit unawares. Looks like Nestea is going to pick up on that, but of course won't be able to break it for now.
Yep, that's right. Might be able to pick off that SCV. We'll need to make a few more Zerglings, and he is, to take down that bunker, so it's not going to be a huge problem. As we can see from the gas, he's not really planning on going for any sort of really aggressive economic build. He's going to try to do damage in the big game.
And he has a lot of gas banks and he's producing a great amount of Zerglings right now with that Bailing that's just about to finish up. And what does Taeja have back at home? No bunkers in play quite yet, trying to put up that supply depot wall, but that's not going to be enough to defend this.
Nestea getting his macro hatch as well. Still no there though. Am I forgetting something? Did he not get a lair yet?
No, he's only making Banelings and about to produce 1 million Banelings.
Yeah, he's just going to go for the biggest Baneling bust in history apparently. You're 2 making links, 10, 16, 17, 18. Oh, that's a lot of Banelings. Up to 19 morphing right now, so will Taeja be ready for this? More Zerglings coming down the map, more being produced at home. He's got so many Marines, so these are going to be slow Banelings. Oh, here he goes for it.
Taeja's not in position right now. The engineering base up to help cover a little bit of the damage. The Banelings trying to run the way through, but the SCVs are right behind. Nestea could turn around and take a lot of those out, but he's going to go directly after the Marines.
He is. He's taking out a lot of the units, but I'm still getting our left. Taeja needs to split. Oh, he gets a lot of the Marauders actually with that. Not quite. Good hit on the SCVs there.
Okay, so Taeja actually had a lot of units left over, right? But that was a good bit of economic damage there, right? Yeah, I got his 4 workers killed. He could have actually halved the amount of economic damage that was taken there. Nestea going to try for round 2. He is droning up behind this. He has his 3rd over towards where his 4th would normally be. Of course, doesn't want to wrangle with the bunker quite yet.
Yeah, he's going to try it again, but yeah, with 3 command centers, those losses that Taeja took really are not that big of a deal. He's just kind of pressuring just a little bit to try to get Taeja to pull what he has to the front. And it looks like it's working so far. Taeja does have that high ground as well. So I don't feel like Nestea's going to be able to necessarily break Taeja with this, but he could still do a little bit of damage. We'll see. No, he's just going to go home. Okay, so that's actually a good decision by Nestea. I mean, Taeja was just too well situated for another Baneling bust like that to really work that well. He's getting his lair. He's going to probably throw down some evo chambers and start working on upgrades too. There we go. There's a person at the moment. And he's got his 3rd base. So, Nestea got himself a little bit behind economically, especially against the 3 command center opening that Taeja did, but he does have the opportunity to come back and catch up.
And looks like he's thinking about taking out this bunker here in a second. Bunker with a couple of Zerglings to be able to destroy that pretty quickly. So there it goes. And he's going to be able to take his forward.
That's right, showing those other Banelings at the last one here. Yeah, it's going to be a 4th hatchery going up very, very soon, or 4th base rather, as he does already have a back for hatchery. He gets his main Taeja in the meantime, starting that medevac production, starting the upgrades here, and he looks like he's ready to do a little bit of a push himself, and this could actually be a pretty good timing for Taeja, because he knows that this is a moment where Nestea is going to want to make drones, he's going to want to make upgrades at this point. He doesn't want to be making units, but he's going to have to stay alive now.
Especially Nestea. Oh wow, actually now morphing in 17 Banelings, so everything that was being saved up for the new station pit, pathing plans, and eventual infestor production. Yeah, get to this for now. Nestea's will still have quite a bit of gas income here in a bit, but scan goes down, station and start clearing up the re-tumors to make this attack path a little bit more accessible.
Nestea just needs to survive, but Taeja's in a great spot right now. He can go up and take that 3rd base basically whenever he wants to. Nestea really can't do a whole lot about it. Taeja just kind of trying to control the creep spread, sending some Hellions in there. Will he discover that fourth base? That's kind of the big question right now.
I think he has a pretty good indication because where the creep shred was going, he hasn't seen it exactly yet, but I imagine he'll be able to pick one on it pretty soon. Water's actually leading here to try and absorb some of the damage from the Banelings. It looks like they have done that quite a bit. Taeja picks up with the rest and decides to get on out of there.
Yep, Baneling speed not done for Nestea yet as well, so he doesn't want to overcommit to that. There's any more Banelings than he needs to, but great defense so far from Nestea. Taeja doing a really good job in his own right of keeping the creep spread at a minimum, keeping it as low as he possibly can, and just causing Nestea to have to spend a lot of resources on things that he doesn't want to buy right now, like those units that he needed to use to defend. Taeja has taken his third down. We're moving into mid to late game.
And this is a very Bolt-esque build for him, as we can see a lot of Marauders and Marines coming out very bio-heavy. Tanks or any other mech unit to speak of quite yet.
Yep, that's right, but this is a style that players like Nestea, and I feel like Nestea to a certain extent, are very comfortable with playing. They're going to be able to get in there with a lot of Banelings, take advantage of the fact that there aren't a lot of tanks out on the map, and then try to just overwhelm your opponent, because you can be the bestest footing Marines in the entire world, but if there are just that many Banelings, you can only split so much. Ooh, Nestea letting a couple Zerglings there die to see the RE. Calculated risk. He does have 7 infestors on the way as well.
And as we can see, that fourth base is well underway for him. About 2/3 of the way finished now, so Nestea is going to have pretty great economy soon. But Taeja, with the third command center, has been able to saturate history bases very early on, as we can see, keeping up in the macro department himself. But of course, he has produced very, very cheap units so far in all these Marines.
This is just kind of like the system that we've seen for each of the games, where Taeja comes under pressure early in the game, holds it off, and then gets to that late game here. Look at this, starting the drops, picking off overlords and things like that. This is the part of the game that we've seen all day today, where Taeja really starts to take control. So will he be able to do that against a player like Nestea, a player that's won, many GSL championships? Nestea pulling back, doesn't really want to attack right there, needs to get that good positioning. Taeja dropping the main though.
Yeah, this could do quite a bit of damage. So he will be able to go for the spike ball. There, finally the Zerglings are brought in. We'll see if that opens up another attack path for Taeja. The Spinnerback taking a little bit of damage, but it's going to drop on the low ground here as Taeja continues to push towards the third.
Yep, Nestea does have some units between the third and the fourth, but I don't know, man.
That Queen surviving just 4 hit points, and the medevac is finally taken out. Taeja, though, after watching it, doesn't get caught like he's a fish.
Taeja could lose every single one of them as Nestea keeps it up. And it looks like he will. Oh, man. There's so long. There are no hit points. Oh, no, he's not going to get away, is he? What? Nestea! Wow. That is the most 2-8-point medevacs Nestea escaped from the fight at once.
Yeah.
That is very specific.
I don't know.
That is oddly specific, but hey, it works. Taeja now is on the receiving end of a fairly large attack. Those medevacs are still sitting overhead. He's done a pretty good job targeting out a few of the Banelings in the middle. This is just so many units coming in for Nestea.
A lot of energy on those medevacs, but he needs to get them over the bio to use it. There we go, now finds it. Here comes Nestea. Oh, look at that target fire. Oh, man, Nestea doing some damage, but Taeja responding okay, but I don't know, man. Nestea pushing him back. He's got to get those investors away. It's so important to keep your investors alive in the late game. Oh, no. This game just crashed.
And yeah, it looks like it actually completely crashed. So sorry about that, guys.
Well,
What?
that's going to be a regame.
Yeah.
We're going to have to redo that one again. No question about it. So there was a situation where Nestea had pushed as far as it could, right? He'd gotten as far as he could. He had to pull the investors away. They had no energy or anything.